Hello and welcome to Cox Connections. I'm your host, Gary McCullum, Senior Vice President and General Manager for Cox Hampton Roads. The impact that the Boys and Girls Clubs of America make on young people today are immeasurable. Not only are they a safe haven for kids to go when they need support, but these clubs also provide life-enhancing programs and character development experiences that will help them to become productive, caring, and responsible adults. And now that summer is here, the Southside Boys and Girls Clubs are providing a calendar of events and activities that are not only fun for the kids, but educational as well. Here to tell us more about what they're doing is Greg Shivers and Lynette Williams. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Dad. Thank you.
Well, first off, thank you for all the great work that you guys are doing with our kids in the neighborhoods and at the clubs. I guess, Greg, let me start with you. What's the impact of the clubs and the kids that you serve?
Yeah, as you said, the impact is immeasurable. Mm-hmm. We're working with the kids every day. We're impacting them in academics. We're impacting them in healthy lifestyles. We're impacting them and building character and leadership development skills in them. And we're just trying to build a better community, one child at a time.
Yeah. Well, without naming names, I mean, Greg or Lynette, are there some stories that just jump out at you that just, you know, it just spells out the impact that the clubs are having on the kids?
Yeah, one particular one comes to mind. We have a young lady, I would say, that's currently at the club. Mm-hmm. And this young lady has been at the club, I want to say, for now, possibly over the last 12 years. She began in the club as a 6-year-old in one of our 6-year-old educational programs. She didn't want to go home after school. She stayed in the club from the time she got out of school to the time the club closed. Wow. And today, this young lady is on our staff. She's graduated from Virginia State University with honors. She's teaching in the Norfolk Public School systems, and she's working with us as well.
And that wouldn't have been possible without what the clubs did. I mean, that is a great story of the impact, and that's just, I mean, it's just wonderful. Now, school is about to go out, summertime. What's the role of the clubs during the summer months?
What we try to do is try to keep the kids off the street, and put them in a safe haven, mm-hmm. have activity, plenty arts and craft, field trip, just keep them really busy.
But why is that important? I mean, if these activities, these summer activities, if they weren't available, what would our children do?
They'll be hanging on the streets, on the corners. Like I have seen some like before hanging on the corner, and I stop and talk to them, and like, why are you not in the club? And they respond like, I'll be up there tomorrow to renew my membership. Because, once the kids know that you're missing them out of the club and you recognize that they're not in the club, then it makes a big difference to them because they know that you care and you'll like for them to be there.
So with all, again, not being in school, you get kids who are just out doing nothing, they're bored. That's a recipe for all kinds of things that we don't want to have happen.
That's right, disaster. Yeah. We read about it every day.
That's exactly right. So talk a little bit about, Greg, some of the programs. What are the programs that are offered, I guess field trips and some other things that you're doing during the summer months?
We have a lot of field trips going on during the summer, Gary, where we're taking them fishing, they're going swimming, they're going to King's Dominion. I mean, there's just so many things. They're jumping jelly beans, a whole lot of activities because the kids want to come for fun. And we want to make it fun for them. But also in the back of our minds as a staff, we also want to address some of the issues that are going on with them. So we keep education and academics at the forefront. Yeah. So we're still doing a lot of programs.
And that's interesting you say that because, if you're making progress during the academic year and then you don't pick up that book over the summer months, you're not reading, you're not staying up with the math skills, you're not doing that, there's some aggression that takes place and you're not ready to go in August and September when school starts.
And we see that. We see that a lot. A lot of them are almost 2-3 months behind when they go to the next grade level. So they're spending the first 2-3 months of school trying to catch up on a lot of the things that they missed.
So some of the programs, it's all the fun, but you do some educational things as well.
Exactly. We do like a read across American. So we have like a library there on site where the kids can actually go to the library, check out books, and record the books they read over the summer. And at the end of the summer, as well as doing in school, we have like point system, and we reward their kids for reading whoever read the most books.
And also, I think it's neat. Some of the things you mentioned, you're doing the things that clearly will keep them from being bored, you're doing the things that are going to help them academically, but you're also making sure that they stay active. So there's a fitness component here as well.
Correct.
I mean, this day and age with all the video games and everything else, I mean, keeping these kids active, that's another great component.
Well, you know, when we were growing up, it was a punishment for us not to go outside.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we wanted to get out and play and get out and do something.
All the time.
But the kids today, that's not a punishment. When you tell them they don't want to go outside, they don't care, because they're not physically involved like we used to be when we were children.
And so some of these activities in the summer, they're those kind of fitness-related activities as well?
Yes, we have a club-wide fitness day where we come in and the kids come in and actually take their blood pressure, we check cholesterol with parental permission. We have all type of old-style activities that we do, push-ups, sit-ups, basically formatting it behind the President Fitness Challenge.
All right.
And don't forget, Greg, we're also doing a new version of it, the Zumba. We have Zumba class.
Oh,
Kids love it.
That's fun.
So we like relate to their music and to get them moving with the music.
So the bottom line is, I mean, you're trying to accomplish something that's going to keep these kids active and involved throughout the summer and not hanging out, being bored, getting into trouble someplace. People are listening to this and they're excited about what you guys are doing. How do they join you? If they want to volunteer, if they want to contribute, what do they need to do?
Well, they can contact us at the club. I know the number is probably going to be up on the screen. Also through the website, they can come and volunteer. Donation, friend raising, be a friend of the club.
Be a friend of the club.
That's right. You know, everything doesn't involve finances, so they can come in and people have special talents that they can actually pass on to the children. So we would love for anyone that wants to come in and be involved with the children.
And obviously if you have children who could benefit from the club,
we would love to have them as well. That's right.
Well, listen, Greg Lynette, thank you for all you're doing to help our kids in this community. You are truly doing God's work, so thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Right after the break, you'll meet another one of our Cox Charity recipients, Star-Based Victory. Learn how this organization is making math and science fun for students of all ages when we return.